words, I need the anger. 'Cause there's venom in my head, I leave the enemy. With more than nothing left and it gets stranger. This isn't over yet. I don't wanna see that white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. So what's the damage? If you got bones with what I said, I didn't plan this. But I'll keep going till I'm dead. I don't need company. No, I'll ride alone instead. You might want something. 'Cause you're cleaning up my mess. I don't wanna see that white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I don't wanna see that white flag waving. This is to the bitter end. 'Cause this is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. I take another swing, so I never miss, no, no. This is what I live for. It's time to kiss the ring, oh, I'm trying to get cold. 'Cause this is what I live for. This is what I live for. I never quit, no, no. This is what I live for. This is what I live for. In the end, then we just regret it. I'm never gonna miss, no. This is what I live for. Another mountain with this sun cut and climbing up to get back. This is what I live for. And anyway, till the deep gets done, I'm never gonna miss, no.
Hello, everybody. It's my great honor and pleasure to have this interview today with an amazing and powerful woman. She's a mom, she's a nana, she is a rock star inside of network marketing, Karen Hollister. Thank you so much for spending this time with us and giving all these people your tips and wisdom on how to do better and how to be one of the most powerful women in network marketing.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Well, I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about your journey, because sometimes I feel like people think that everybody at the top, they are, probably got there because they're lucky, or they probably had some special arrangement, or because they just company was in a momentum and they rode that wave and got all the way to the top. So, and you and I know that's not the case, but I wanted you to share your story. Maybe start with, first of all, how did you grow up? Were your parents encouraging, entrepreneurially minded, or, what was kind of like the family dynamic and what you thought your future gonna be like when you were a little kid?
Yeah, well, I was really fortunate because I grew up with two parents who really instilled the belief in me that I could do whatever I wanted. I have a sister, and both of us, I don't think we ever questioned that we couldn't do something. And I think that was because of the way we were raised. I think it was always very clear from a young age that going to college was going to be part of what our life looked like. And, I'm blessed. I did. I went to college, I went to undergraduate, and then I did go to dental school, and I became a dentist. And it was awesome. I mean, being a dentist was great. I loved it. But it was a male dominated field more so then than it is now. So I've always kind of been in that realm, very competitive to get into dental school, competitive in dental school. And then the profession itself is, kind of stressful and competitive. But yeah, it's just sort of something I've always thrived in.
I love it. It's interesting because I was growing up in a similar environment because my mom told me since I was a little girl that I can achieve everything I want in life and I'm powerful, I'm strong, and, I'm going to have an amazing future. But I don't know about you, but for me, life started happening to me, and I had some challenges and obstacles where I went through a very tough divorce. I became a single mom. I lost all of my assets because I was also like you. I expected to go to college. There was not even a question that that's an option. So I started my own business when I was 18 and I was in college while I was doing my own business. So that was kind of like an interesting journey. And also, I became a financially independent woman fairly early. And when kind of like my marriage didn't work, and at that time, I trusted my husband with all of the assets and managed them because he just told me, it's like, oh, you just stay home. I'll take care of the kid. I'll take care of the business. You take care of the kids. And I bought into that story. And there's absolutely nothing to be a homestay mom. It's a very, very hard job, but it was not necessary for me. So when I realized that that's not the way I want to live, because I want to contribute to the society. I want to contribute to the world. I want to change lives of a lot of other people as well. And when I kind of like came out of that motherhood and realized that, first of all, I have no assets. Everything was destroyed and vanished and lost. And being a single mom was not fun either, with no money. But most tragic part for me was that I lost me. I lost that confidence. I lost that power. I lost that strength. I lost that powerful woman that I was once. And it took me a pretty long time to get myself back on track, to get myself back to the level that I started respecting myself again, to the level that I finally found my voice and I found my confidence. And when I finally did, I promised to myself that, first of all, I never want to lose it again. But I want to help all these amazing women who, just like me, had that gift at the early age. And through the journey, they lost it, to help them find that strength again. But also for millions and millions of women who were not as lucky as you and I were, and who were told since they were a little girl that they can achieve big dreams, they cannot, live on the fullest. They only a small piece in somebody else's small piece of the puzzle in somebody else's bigger picture, and they cannot lead world or companies or generations. So to all of these girls, to help them find that strength, to help them find that power, to help them find that confidence and live the life that they truly deserve. So that's kind of like been my journey. So did you have something similar, or you were always kind of like, you started strong and you continued strong all the way through?
Well, I did. I started strong. I've always achieved every goal I've ever set for myself. That's something that I think my parents also instilled in me. But here's the thing. You create, or you plan, make a plan before you've lived your life, right? So I made a plan to be a dentist when I was in junior high. Well, it was great when I was in junior high, and it was great when I did it initially. But like you said, life kind of comes at you. And we had 4 kids in 5 years, and suddenly being a wife and raising 4 young kids and being a dentist, a practicing dentist. I cried uncle. It was too much. But what I saw with network marketing, and what I love about network marketing, is kind of what you were talking about. When I was a dentist, so much of the power that I had as a practitioner was also because of the people who supported me behind the scenes, my dental assistants, the office manager. There was all sorts of people that were helping kind of make that work. It might have looked like I did it all, or I had, I got the glory of it maybe. But what I love about network marketing is that I can take anybody along with me along the journey. And even though success for me hasn't always been super difficult, I know that there's been people, like you said, who weren't raised that way and have really struggled with that. So to watch them find an avenue that they can flourish and that they can do everything that they hoped to and dreamed about, it's just so powerful. I just love that aspect of it.
And like you said, the kind of like, it is just so interesting because life happens to all of us, and it happens in a different ways. And some of us have different challenges and obstacles in our journey. But I think for women, especially, just to realize that, it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay. All of those things. And I just wanted to know, like, when you found network marketing, did you immediately decide, like, okay, that's a profession? Because like you took your dentistry very seriously. When you found network marketing, did you realize that that's a profession that takes time to learn the skills, to become good at it, and develop the right mindset necessary to be successful in this business? So when you found it, did you kind of like go all out and kind of like, okay, I'm going to build this business seriously? Or you were just kind of like tiptoeing and trying to see, like, what is this thing? And let me figure out at first.
Yeah, I think I saw the potential right away. I mean, that when I saw the business model, I immediately saw what it could do for me. But if I'm honest, I didn't necessarily know that it was something that I was terribly interested in doing. So when my husband and I discussed it, we talked about I would do it for a year. I'd give it everything I had for a year and see what I could do with it. And if it didn't work out, we would just pretend like it never happened. And that was the year that mommy lost her mind. Fortunately for everyone involved, it did work out. It worked out really well. And talk about a humbling experience, because for me, coming in as a professional woman, kind of thinking like, oh, this is not going to be that hard for me. I got this. Man, I had to learn a lot and had to really realize that, the skill set that I developed in order to be a dentist was great. And there's, bits and pieces that I could take from it and use with this new career path. But man, I had a lot to learn. And so that's been humbling, but also an incredibly fun part of, building a business.
And you guys, like, while you're watching this live, make sure you put in the comments below and let us know. It's like, did you decide when you found the network marketing profession, did you jump in right away and started building it? Or you kind of like with tiptoeing? I want to see your answers. I want to know. But you said something really very important. You said that you gave yourself a year. You gave yourself a year to kind of like tiptoe with it, give it all, or see if you kind of like going to be serious about it or not. But you gave yourself a timeline when you wanted to see if this is for real or not. And after that year, you would review the results and you will make a next choice, next decision. And I think this is very, very powerful concept that a lot of people don't do when they join network marketing or when they start an entrepreneurial venture of any sort. Or it's like when the kids go to college, they think they want to be a dentist, but halfway through it is like, I don't want to be a dentist. Like, I want to do something completely different, right? So you have to experience that for a significant period of time to realize if you want to be serious about this or not. So I think it's really amazing advice for everybody who is watching us right now, who are just getting started, who is still thinking, is like, should I do it? Should I not do it? Like, what is this thing, network marketing? I just want you to give yourself a time, give yourself a period of time. If it's a 12 months, if it's 18 months, I don't know what is for you, right? But give yourself a timeline that you're going to be playing full out, that you will be learning the skills, you will be working your butt off, you will be working on your mindset, because there is a different mindset, when you're coming from the employee world into the entrepreneurial venture. It's a little bit of not a little bit, it's quite a shift, because you need to be a boss of your own, and you need to, at this time, kind of like there is nobody kind of like with the whip and like punishing you if you didn't do your job. It's like there are no consequences. There are no built-in consequences inside of network marketing. If you kind of like take a day off, if you take a week off, the consequence is going to come in the form of a zero check, right? That's going to be your consequence. But kind of like for a period of time, you will not see the difference, and you will think that you can be winging it here and And unfortunately, a lot of people kind of like fall into that habit. And then they don't do the work. They don't learn the principles. They don't learn the skills. And then they just go out and say, it's like, ah, network marketing didn't work. I talked to every single person I know. All 5 of them said no. Well, first of all, you did not talk to every person you know, right? 5 is not everybody. On the other side, you probably didn't talk to them in a professional way, right? You probably started spitting over and telling whatever bunch of nonsense, and you're going to get rich tomorrow, and just join me, and I'll do all the work for you, and all that stuff that we heard over and over and over. And that's one of the reasons, actually, in my opinion, that's the reason why network marketing as a profession has a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, because, we overstate and we overpromise and underdeliver, and we tell things that are not necessarily true, not because of the malicious intent, but because we're so excited and we don't know any better, and we just like, oh, it's just like that little puppy running around and peeing in every corner. Right? So you need to slow down sometimes for a second. And first of all, learn the business you're in, realize what network marketing is and what it isn't, right? Learn the skills, and then go out and I'm not talking about this needs to take a year. It does not even need to take a month. You can figure out in a couple of days what it is, okay? And you need to at least start getting a basic principles of the skills. And you need to start talking to people in a more professional way so they can see the opportunity. Because that's the only thing that we do. Our job is to educate people in a professional way what we have to offer. And that's it. That's it. It's up to them to make a decision if they want to join you as a customer, or if they want to join you as a distributor, if they want to lock arms with you and build a business, or they don't. And most of the time, if they say no, it's not now. It does not mean that it's no forever. It means that maybe right now is not a good time for them. Maybe right now there is something else that is happening in their life, and you stay in touch with them, and you will eventually find that time when they might be more open, because something going to change in their life, and their eyes going to open up, and they will be ready for some other opportunity or the change in their lives. So understanding what we have and doing it in a professional way is really important. So talk to me about, okay, so now you started your journey, right? But what was your maybe biggest mistake that you've made as a network marketing professional? So once you kind of like went through that year, I'm assuming because you're still here, at the end of that year, you decided you're going to continue and you're going to take it seriously. So looking back to your journey, what do you would like to do differently? Or what was one kind of like lesson that you learned that changed your journey, or potentially accelerated the level of success, or something, something happened in your professional life?
Yeah, that's actually pretty easy. The first year I moved through the ranks of my company pretty quickly, and I did have some success. Clearly, like you said, I'm still here 15 years later. So it worked out well for us. However, I do think that, I never had a problem with presenting it in a professional manner, just because I think that's kind of how I've always treated it. But my skills initially were largely based on, I think, my personality and my passion for what it was I was doing, which I think is great, but that doesn't always duplicate very well. So I needed to really kind of dial it back and look at it more from a perspective of, I need to figure out how I can present these products or this business opportunity in a way that anybody else could turn around and do the same thing. It doesn't do any good if I get up there and, I can do this, that, or the other, but I haven't been able to coach and encourage the people coming behind me to do the same thing. So that was a huge portion of what I needed to learn. The other thing that I definitely made, my biggest mistake, was that I achieved a really nice promotion in my company. And then I decided that, okay, now I'm the manager. Now I just have to kind of sit back and make sure that everybody else is doing their due. And I honestly slowed down my own productivity when I did that. And that was a huge mistake. And guess what? I lost that promotion because of it. So that was a really big lesson for me.
Eric and I called it state success coma. Once you reach a certain level of success, And here's the thing, it's easy to get into that state because you're working so hard, you're putting on the gas, like you're pouring everything into it. And once you reach that height, and you think now probably is the time I can slow down, right? Now is the time I can kind of like let everybody else do the work. But it's actually, you can take that time off, but just for very, very, very little, because you need to obviously recharge your batteries. And you now, because you have a team, you can still manage them. You need to continue to manage them, because that's what happens. Like it's almost like you consider that being an airplane, right? The airplane takes off. In order for that airplane to get off the ground, you have to have a full throttle. You have to put 100% energy, 100% of excitement and passion and hard work into it, but you cannot be doing it for forever. Eventually you're going to burn the fuel, you're going to burn the engines. So once you level off, once you reach that certain level of success, just take a little bit of a time to give in the state of the management and kind of like get people acclimated, get them kind of like understand the compensation plan, what do we do here, how we do things, and kind of like start building that duplication process, right? So now they can become independent from you as quickly as possible, so they can start becoming a rising stars in their own right, with or without you. And then you still take another jump or another lift off if you want to get to the next level in your career or in a rank advancement. But you cannot just kind of like go all in or all out, because that's what's going to happen. As soon as you kind of like, hey, I arrived, your team says like, oh, we arrived too, I guess. So if you don't work, I guess we don't have to work either. But they're on a much different level than you are of income, of freedom, and everything else. So it just kind of like, it's kind of like one of the concepts that is important to all of us realize. And I understand, it's once in a while, once you reach certain level of comfort, especially when your bills are paid and you realize that, and you start, and the worst part, what happens is you start kind of like hearing those voices in your head, and also other people telling you like, oh, you're workaholic, you're working so much, when enough is enough, you don't care about anything in your life except work, so now you need to slow down. And at some point, yeah, you need to recharge your batteries, but you cannot, especially once you reach a certain level of knowledge and understanding and wisdom, how to be a network marketing professional, how to lead the way. I almost feel it's all of our moral obligation to raise the next generation, to help the new group of people to reach certain level of success. Because all of you guys watching, and type in the comments below, and make sure you share this video, because I think we're talking about very interesting topics here that a lot of people can benefit from. So click that share button, and if you're liking it, or if you want to comment something, give us some loves, give Karen some hearts, and just put in the comments if you ever been in a success coma. But it's really important for all of us, if you guys are on a higher level of success, understand that it is your responsibility to share and pass on that wisdom to other people, so they can, they can step up and they can live the life of their dreams. And if you're not there yet, don't beat yourself up. It just means that you still need a little bit more time to learn the skills, to develop the minds, and you just on that journey. So don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. But also, once you reach the chapter 20, don't slow down, because it's not the last chapter in your book. So I know, Karen, you have a lot of fire, and I'm sure kind of like you learn from that mistake, and you kind of like taking things. And even though we can consider you kind of like a veteran for being 15 years in this profession, but you're still just getting started. I know you're just warming up, because now you know how to do things right. Now you know what it takes to be successful in this business. And I'm expecting a lot of fun things coming in the future from you and your team and your leadership.
Well, me too. Yes, I do.
So one of the things, because everybody, and you can see it behind me, everybody knows that the most powerful women in network marketing is coming up. It's the next big event that we're doing, and it's absolutely free, which is insane. People calling me crazy for doing it. But the reason why, first of all, the reason why I wanted to make it free is because I want to have, my vision is to have 150,000, 200,000 women and men attending this event. The reason why I say men too is because, yes, it's for women and by women, but 77% of all the participants in network marketing are women worldwide. That's the number that you're not going to change that, right? On the other side, who are the biggest customers, right? Who are the people who buying the most, not just for themselves, but for their households? Of course, women, right? So we are your biggest team representation and we are your biggest customer. So for all the guys, it's really important to realize what drives us, what makes us happy, how you can inspire and lead us in a better way so we can truly step into our potential and we can take things to the next level. So all the guys are welcome, and make sure you guys all register, and you can see the link is mpw2021.com. Like I said, it's absolutely free. But like I said, one of the reasons why I wanted to make it free is because I wanted to put the stake in the ground. I wanted to show the entire profession, or the entire world for this matter, what is network marketing all about. Because GoPro Virtual in December was the largest virtual event, and it still is. Nobody broke that record, but I love breaking my own records. So I want to break that record with the most powerful women event, because guess what? When we will have 150,000, 200,000 women attending that conference, the whole world gonna start asking, like, what is that thing? What is network marketing? What are they doing over there? They seem like a fun bunch, they seem like they're having a great time, and they seem like a really good people. So I want to make sure that we put network marketing as a profession on such a high level that the whole world will be talking about us. And trust me, they will. Because it's I'm gonna bring the Guinness Book of Records. I'm gonna do the whole thing, right? So we can show everybody what network marketing is all about. But now imagine all of that is led by women. So everybody will be talking about, it's like, who are these badass girls? Who are these powerful women that are leading the charts, that are leading the generations, and that are leading the entire profession? So that's my goal. That's my vision. And I hope all of you can join me and kind of like, make the history together, right? But Karen, I wanted to ask you, and I want to hear your opinion on that. I think that one of the reasons why we have that large group of women starting in the business, so 77% of women, 77% of all distributors are women, but unfortunately, we do not have that representation at the top. We do not have 77% of all top income earners being women. So in your opinion, what is the reason why? I'll tell you but I want to hear, what is your opinion? Why we do not have that many women at the top?
I still think, as powerful as an opportunity network marketing is for women, I still think frequently, although it gives us the potential to do so much with our lives, I think women, more so than men, tend to get in their own way. I think women look at something and maybe just start over analyzing it, or trying to recreate the wheel, or try to put their own creative touch on it, or whatever that looks like for them. Whereas men, in my experience, men in our business typically look at the compensation plan, look at the business model, and are like, oh, okay, I'm going to go tell people about it. Women start to play well, I don't know, I'm a dentist, what will they think? Men are like, hey, it's a great business, I'm going to go tell someone about it. And I think that I think men can learn a lot from women, but I think in that particular area, especially in network marketing, women can really learn a lot from men.
You know what I think, and you're absolutely right, because we get in our head way too much.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, in a really destructive ways, right? Because we, first of all, we do not think that we deserve the success, right? We do not think we're capable of achieving that success. We think that it's not our place to be. It's not because we were told since a little girl that we're nothing and nobody, and we cannot lead big jobs or big organizations. So I think women still buy into that nonsense. And because of that, they're not giving themselves permission and ourselves permission to dream big, to do big, to be big, and kind of like giving ourselves that a little bit of a grace, that it's okay to make mistakes. Yeah, not everybody gonna like it. Yeah, not everybody gonna think it's okay. Not everybody gonna think it's legitimate business. And it doesn't matter. And not everybody gonna like my hair, and not everybody gonna like whatever. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is what you want to do with your life. The only thing that matters is what you want to achieve. What are the goals and dreams that you have? So I think, like you said, if women get out of our own way a little bit, that would be amazing. And just also, once we reach certain level of success, we stop kind of like questioning, are we deserving all of that? Because I'm working, and Eric, we work with so many top income earners, so many leaders, and the repeating theme is like, is self-worthiness issue. They think that they do not deserve that success. They do not deserve to be at the top. They do not deserve necessary to enjoy the financial freedom. So all of those things is just in our head. These are the bad voices that we keep listening over and over and over. And that's what is limiting our growth. That is what is limiting our lives. And that's what, is not allowing us to play full out. And that's actually one of the not one of the topics, but a lot of those topics I want to cover at the women's event, because that there is that level that we all think we should be playing or should be living, right? That's the top level. But for some reason, we're only doing this much. And there is that gap that a lot of us, we don't know how to close it. We do not know why we're not doing what we know we should be doing. Why we, like you said, once you reach that level of manager, you started sabotaging your future success and you just checked out instead of pushing more on the gas and taking it to the next level. So there are a lot of things that kind of like not allowing us to play full out. So we're going to be talking a lot about how to, as a woman, how to deal with the overwhelm, how to structure your day better. So how do you, in your busy schedule, how do you find that time so you can still be a mom, you can still be a wife, and you can be a business, powerful, strong business woman and build a serious career inside of network marketing. We're also going to be talking about mom's guilt, why kind of like, how do you build a business? You've built your business with kids, and I'm sure it was not easy, but you figured out, right? And a lot of moms would love to know, how do you do that? How do you figure it out? How do you structure your day in a way that you don't feel that mom's guilt because you're attending the meeting, or you're attending an event, or you need to be on the Zoom call while they're crying and want to play with you? All of those different things, how to build a successful and as a couple, how to, a lot of different things. And especially once you reach that certain level of success, how do you deal with your money blueprint if you don't have the right one, if you feel guilty about being successful or having the money and having the means to live the life of your dreams? So we will be talking about a lot of those things. And of course, we will be talking about, in the conjunction of network marketing, how we can all do better and how we can all as big movement, not just event. This event is not just event that you come and go and you forget about it. This is more of a movement, at least for me, to unite women, to put them all together in the same place where we can inspire each other, where we can lift each other up, and come together as peers, not as competitors, but as peers, and helping and raising the bar of the entire profession, but also helping women find their voice, find their strength, find their power inside of our profession, and help them design their ideal life and let them live it. So thank you so much for your time, Karen. I really appreciate it. I know you're really busy, and you're a powerful woman, and congratulations on your success. And I know there is way more to come. I know that there is a big journey, and we're going to hear a lot of powerful stories coming from you and your team. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. And all of you guys, if you enjoyed this interview, give us some love, give them some hearts. Make sure to share this because a lot of women and men can benefit from this conversation. So thank you so much. And make sure you register to the mpw2021.com. It's absolutely free. Make sure you show up because the event will not have the replay. It's going to be live. It's going to happen. And if you miss it, you miss it. And make sure you don't, because there are going to be a lot of golden nuggets and ideas and concepts shared shared that can help you take your business to the next level. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks.